You've probably admired many of Xiaomi's phones from afar, like the bezel-less Mi Mix. But the company doesn't just make high-end smartphones, it makes devices like this, the Redmi Note 4X. And it's a bit of a bargain. At the time we're recording this, it costs about $170, and for that you get a 5.5-inch 1080p screen, a Snapdragon 625 processor, 3GB of RAM, 32GB of storage, and it comes in this really nice light green colour. Now that is quite a tempting buy. So should you be tempted? Well, probably not if you live in the US. There's a problem with Xiaomi phones used outside of China and many other places, that although you can buy it and it will work, it doesn't have the right bands inside to make it work on a 4G network. So as long as you understand that and know that you're going to get a 3G connection most of the time with one of these, then it's actually well worth taking the plunge and getting it, because we've been pretty impressed with this little phone. The Note 4X, as we said, a 625 processor inside and 3GB of RAM, so it's quite a performance device. We've had no problems running games, and the operating system zips through very quickly. Really no problems or slowness going through. You will find occasionally that there are a few apps that take just that little bit too long to open, but really it's nothing to be worried about. The screen is also beautiful. We've turned the brightness right down on this, so you can see it on the video screen, but turn it up and it's really bright. Very pleasurable to look at. There's a reading mode in there as well if you want to read things at night without getting kept awake by the blue light that the screen emits. As we said, there's 32GB of storage in this phone. You can buy an alternative with 64GB if you prefer. Xiaomi also makes it available in a variety of different colours. This one's the light green edition. As you can see in the background, this comes in a special Hatsune Miku commemorative box. There's a limited edition available of this as well, but if you can't find it, this is a great alternative. Not only do you get that box, but you also get this great light green colour. This is an aluminium rear panel, these are plastic end caps, there's a fingerprint sensor in the centre, and a 13 megapixel camera at the top, which we've actually been pretty impressed with. It takes fairly solid photos. Certainly from what we've been snapping the time that we've had this phone, it's very, very good. Let's just take a look in the gallery here, where you can see images that certainly in challenging light conditions come out really quite well. So that is the Redmi Note 4X. If you're already thinking, well, I've heard of a Redmi Note 4, well, you're quite right. There's several versions of this, but the most up-to-date and the most recent is the 4X, which has that 625 Snapdragon processor inside and a few style changes, such as down the bottom here, there are no screws either side of the micro USB charging system. The last thing we'll say about this is if you want a battery that lasts for a long time, this is the phone. It's a 4100 milliamp hour battery inside here, and it's huge. We've had 2 days at least use out of this. The only trouble is it doesn't support fast charging, so it takes a good 2 hours to top that battery back up to 100%. But if all that is pretty tempting and you've got less than $200 to spend on a phone and don't mind 3G, this is the phone for you. You can read the full review on Digital Trends right now.